Hello, beautiful friends, and welcome to my series about Venus in all 12 houses. Thank you for journeying with me with this series. Now, you'll find as you watch this video that it is divided into two parts. The first section of the video is exploring the nature of Venus mythologically, astronomically, and of course, astrologically. So all those components will be explored here through a video that I did some years ago when I was a lot younger that was talking about all these things. So I've inserted that piece into this video for you to enjoy. But if you're here just to find out about the houses, then you can skip to the second part of the video, which is exploring the effects of beautiful Venus in each house of the horoscope. So I do hope you enjoy both components and get something out of it that can apply to your life. May I also encourage you, if you haven't done so already, to check out the lead video in this series, which is looking at Venus karmically and through an evolutionary astrology or karmic astrology lens to ascertain how Venus affects our relationships based on the journey of our soul over many lifetimes. This is a fantastic video. I'm actually quite chuffed about it, quite proud of it. So I do hope you have the time to go to the lead video in this series in the playlist and check out that video all about karmic Venus and its influence. And now, without any further ado, let us dive into the mythology, the astronomy, and the astrology of the beautiful planet in the night sky, Venus. So I thought I'd start by taking a little bit of a peek at what Venus actually represents. Now, in astronomy, not astrology, but in astronomy, the astronomy of the planet Venus, she's the only planet that can shine so brightly that she can cause shadows on Earth. Now, the moon does as a reflection of the sun's light. We know that happens. You can be out on a very strong moonlit night and see shadows and play of light that's actually quite beautiful. But the only planet that can do this is actually Venus, interestingly enough. And so sometimes she is just so bright in the sky. She's the brightest entity in the sky aside from the sun and moon. Sometimes she can be so bright that she causes shadows. That's only occasionally, but she can do it. One thing about Venus is that she rotates so slowly in the sky that she takes 234 Earth days to do one single rotation. As such, she actually has the slowest rotation of any planet in the whole solar system. And she is the hottest planet in the solar system. Even though Mercury is closer to the sun, due to the dense clouds of sulfur dioxide on planet Venus, any heat from the sun is trapped within those clouds and her thin atmosphere, causing the heat of the planet to be just so much hotter than Mercury, even though Mercury is in much closer proximity. So she is the hottest planet in the solar system as well. And of course, those of us who did our grade 5 astronomy lessons know that Venus sits as the second planet in the solar system, the second planet from the sun. You've got the sun, and then you've got Mercury, and then there's Venus, and then Earth. And she is considered also to be something of a sister planet to the Earth, as they're similar in size. So she's the nearest planet to Earth, and that's why she shines so brightly in the sky, not the star. Now, the mythology of Venus is also very interesting. The name Venus is the ancient Roman name for the goddess of love and beauty. In Greek, it was Aphrodite. So in Greco-Roman mythology, they share similar characteristics and similar qualities. So both Aphrodite and Venus, they governed fertility, romance, prosperity, and victory as well, interestingly. She was worshipped in many temples and many festivals all throughout Rome and as Aphrodite in Greece. And some people, including Julius Caesar, even considered her to be the ancestor of the Roman people. Of course, he'd attach himself to somebody as glorious as Aphrodite or Venus, wouldn't he? Now, some mythological legends say that Venus was the daughter of the gods Zeus and Dione. There are some other legends, though, that say that she was birthed from the sea, not from a god itself, but birthed from the sea after Uranus was castrated by his son Saturn. So essentially, to get kind of gross here, hope you've got the M rating on this particular video, but Saturn castrated his father Kronos in mythology, otherwise known as Uranus, and from that castrated member that fell to earth into the oceans of Gaia, the earth, there arose out of the sea foam of that dismemberment the goddess Venus. So fascinating mythology there. I do want to talk a little more about the mythology of Venus, but at a later point, where we look at her mythology around being the morning and the evening star. So I'm going to explore that for you. Stay tuned for a little bit later in the video for that aspect of her mythology. But in astrology, Venus tells us about our enjoyment of pleasurable and beautiful things. She tells us about our love relationships, our connections with others. The things we need to live a comfortable life are also seen from Venus in a tangible sense. You know, our shoes, our clothes, our food, our cars, our shelter, all those nice, lovely things that we like to acquire to make life more comfortable for us. So wherever Venus sits in our chart is going to tell us all about how we interact with these ideas: love, beauty, pleasure, possessions, things we need to support our journey through life, refinement, sophistication, and women as well, seen through Venus, particularly young women. So wherever Venus sits in the chart, whatever sign, is going to tell us a lot about the dynamic that we have with those elements. Venus rules the sign of Taurus and Libra, and they're both very different signs, but they do, both of them, carry a quality of beauty about them, a quality of pleasure, a quality of interaction and relationship. I'll compare the two of them for you just so that you know the great gamut of characteristics that Venus actually rules. Taurus is this very earthly, natural beauty. Taurus correlates to the natural realm of Earth, and so butterflies essentially, but also forests and, you know, generally speaking, the things of nature like the animals and the flora, fauna, and, you know, rivers and lakes and mountains and just the earth and being in nature is Venus in a general sense. Venus also correlates through Taurus to money, making money, the tangible things, like I said before, that we need to support our journey through life, like pleasurable things, yummy food, going out to a restaurant and eating at a lovely food, and clothing, shopping, beauty therapies, beauty treatments. These are seen through the sign of Taurus and Venus's rulership of the sign of Taurus. It's also self-love that we associate with the energy of Taurus as well. The ability to feel safe, to be secure, is seen through Taurus. Venus rules Libra as well. Now Libra, as opposed to Taurus's type of beauty, which is that natural, earthy kind of beauty, we might think something we want to touch, something we want to hug, something we want to be close to and be a part of even. We might even compare it to, say, the beauty of Marilyn Monroe, which, you know, men wanted to hold her, women wanted to be her. There is this desirability factor with the beauty of Marilyn Monroe, very Taurian. Not so much natural, she was bleached blonde and everything, but she had that desirability, sensuality factor of Taurus. Libra, on the other hand, is more the Grace Kelly type of beauty. You just admire it. My God, it's breathtaking. Look how beautiful and elegant she is. That's Libran beauty. It's not so tactile. It's not so touch focused. It is more, let's say, adoration focused. So it's that kind of sophisticated, classic, refined beauty that we see through the sign of Libra, also ruled by Venus. Libra is also ruled by Venus, and it covers things like diplomacy, fairness, equality, making harmony and balance a priority. It's the peacemaker. It's like I said, harmonizing situations, harmonizing interactions between people. All these are seen through the sign of Libra, and Libra rules relationships. Not just the tactile, sensual, let's get down to the nitty-gritty kind of stuff of Taurus, but more the I love you, I'm committed to you, beyond the touch, taste, see, hear, and smell. I am in a love, intimacy bond with you, we see through the sign of Libra that Venus rules. It's also business partnerships. It's quite a business-oriented sign, Libra. And so it connects to those things as well. And our interactions with the other, anyone else, can be seen. Our relationships are seen through Venus. Libra ruled by Venus. Now Venus is, if you want to use an archetypal image, she's like this beautiful goddess or a beautiful woman. She is a feminine energy, or an ancient goddess full of this wonderful self-love, because she is very, very connected to the idea of self-love. You must be in love with the self, and then you have something to offer others. All of us, even men, will have Venus in the chart somewhere. And because of this, we have Venus in our hearts. We have a love of beauty somewhere tucked away in us. We have a love of giving love and receiving love to some capacity within us. Venus teaches us to love the beauty in other people, no matter what it looks like, how different it is to us. By really embodying the full self-love component of Venus, we learn to love the beauty in others, whatever that shape that takes, and we allow ourselves to be loved and to be uniquely beautiful as well when we fully embrace the energy and the beauty of Venus. Quite a fabulous, adorable little planet. Venus in the 9th house, as with all Venus placements, symbolizes where we will meet our marriage partner. And it might mean that you will meet your partner overseas or in another cultural location to your own. Maybe, you grew up in one suburb of the city that had a very, like Vietnamese cultural influence, and you meet your partner in a part of the city that has a very Italian cultural influence, that kind of thing. It might also represent that you might meet your partner in an academic environment or a religious environment or an environment that has to do with faith and belief in some way. You might meet a partner at a ceremony or a celebration, which are also 9th house things. In the chart of a man, this is a placement, Venus in the 9th house, that symbolizes what you'd be attracted to in a partner, in a woman that you want to date. So it might represent an attraction to foreigners or foreign people, or to people who are academic or well-educated, people of faith, people of belief. It could also indicate that your partner, if you are a man, might work in these realms in some way also, maybe involved in foreign travel, higher law, academia. She might be involved in, maybe she's a marriage celebrant, she works in ceremonies or celebrations, or maybe she's involved in upholding morality in some way. Ethics and morals are seen through the 9th house. You might meet traveling overseas, like I said, or attending university or going to an academic lecture. And in your love life, whether you're a man or a woman here, your partner can bring you luck and prosperity. Why is that? Because this is the house of luck and it's a house of prosperity. So if you have Venus, one of the benefic planets here in the house of luck and prosperity, whether you're a man or a woman with this placement, your partner can bring that into your life. You can also make money and develop your prosperity through 9th house things yourself when you've got this placement. You can make money through academia, the law, through faith or belief, through religion, through travel, through counseling, publishing, coaching, being an inspiration, being a mentor. You can make money through these things. You'll also have easy access to 9th house things in life. They will manifest in your life without much effort. Going to universities, traveling overseas, finding people of inspiration to uplift you and inspire you in life. They will come to you easily. You'll tend to spend your money mostly on 9th house things as well. Anything pleasant and enjoyable, going on trips, studies and higher learning, seminars with inspirational people, being in cultured environments. Spend money on books with deep insights. You might spend money on counselors and life coaches when you've got a position of the Venus in the 9th house. Venus is what we love as well, and you're likely to really love travel. You'll love immersion into other cultures. You'll love learning, love to explore belief systems. You probably have a belief system that's very Venusian. Maybe you have a belief that life is here to be enjoyed, to be pleasurable, to enjoy all the good things. You might have a belief that life is about having good relationships. You might have a belief that life is about collaboration and cooperation. That's what Venus rules. To find peace with others. desires, to enjoy beauty, to enjoy nature, to enjoy the fine things. Your beliefs might be based around those concepts. You are actually here, though, with Venus in the ninth house to learn about love. What is love? What does it look like? What's its expression? Fantastic placement for that. So because of that, because there's an interest, an academic interest in love, you can be a great relationship teacher. I don't know if anyone's ever seen Esther Perel on YouTube. She is a wonderful relationship teacher. I must check her chart out. I wouldn't be surprised to see Venus in the ninth house in this case. But you could also be, with this placement, an instructor of politeness or the genteel arts, or how to use etiquette, or how to interact well with other people. In the Vedic system, this is one of the houses of the father. So sometimes we can see that with Venus in the ninth house, our father might have been handsome or good looking, Venus energy, or sophisticated in some way. He might have been somebody who enjoyed the finer things in life. Maybe he was prosperous. Maybe he was able to take life a little easier, enjoy the finer good things of the world and of life. Maybe your father might have loved nature or the arts or fine food or being in beautiful environments or gardening or something. Venus also shows the type of art we will like. And here, with Venus in the house of other cultures, you will appreciate cultural pieces. It's also the house of religious work as well. So you might appreciate religious paintings or sculptures, or artworks with a great depth of meaning in them. Lots of meaning and purpose and intent in artworks. Making a philosophical statement with art, perhaps, as well, with Venus here. You might enjoy making those sorts of things yourself, or simply appreciate them in the works of others. And you will also have an enjoyment of ceremonies and celebrations. Maybe you go to a lot of weddings or christenings or something like that, and you love them. You enjoy the process, the procedure, the joy of the moment and the delight of the celebration when Venus is in the ninth house.